Hello, my beautiful soul tribe, soul family, collective. I feel like there's a lot going on in the collective energy recently. Very intense actually, but very all at once. I feel like right now the energies have been shifting and changing, and in a way that we're being sent inwards internally. You could be feeling more tired recently, or if not, maybe it's like this slight sense of apathy. What's happening is we're being pushed into dreaming. We're being pushed into our dream worlds, that space within your minds that is like your vision of the ultimate, that fantasizes, and through these fantasies and these hopes and these dreams that you wish for, we actually find happiness. You know, we tune into that timeline and the happiness that we feel in that timeline, and we've been really pushed into this dreaming recently, imagining of what it is that makes you feel free. We're all starting an internal new spiritual journey when it comes to freedom, this energy of freedom, because freedom is something that spans across so many different areas: the mind, the body, and the soul, the physical world, your physical routine, your work, your hobbies, your passions, your relationships, your life. There's freedom in that sense, in a way that sometimes things can make us feel confined, and it's our soul that pushes us to want to break away from those restrictions. But there's also a mental journey of freedom that we all undergo, and it's mentally an emotional freedom. There's a lot of people who, you know, or a lot of us in the collective, who can walk around and from the outside look free, but mentally feel caged and trapped emotionally by burdens, things that weigh us down, by stresses, by worries and anxieties. You know, because I do feel a big energy within my chest down to my solar plexus that really does feel quite out of breath. It makes me feel out of breath. As a whole, this journey that's opening up for our souls of freedom. This is what everybody seeks in life, is freedom. Freedom through love, freedom, like we said, emotionally, freedom. That is what people seek the most in life, is just to be free. And our own souls are on this journey now of spirit actually shifting your life to highlighting the things that do not make you feel free, the things that maybe are starting to feel quite intense, or at times they are overwhelming because they can feel like they are piling on top of us with maybe responsibilities or you know, certain emotional dynamics that are going on in situations with family or friends. You know, all of these things that make us feel confined, all these things that spirit is shifting round. So they are being highlighted right now. And why are they being highlighted? Because it is so necessary to feel confined. It is so necessary to feel confined, trapped, and unfree within some point of your journey, because that is what inspires us to dream of more. And dreaming is not just dreaming, it's not just imagining. You're searching, you're astral traveling the timelines within the quantum realm within your mind, because that's what it is. You are accessing another version of reality through your mind, and you're tapping into that. And by you acknowledging that reality, you are tying a cord emotionally from this reality you're in now to that reality. That is an emotional cord, a neural pathway. So no, it's not physical, but the more we feed energy, emotion, belief into these timelines, the more that cord densifies, if that's even a word, and grows more solid to the point where it does materialize. We do shift. We're being prepared in our lives right now for the next few months and this year to make massive timeline jumps, massive timeline shifts to these realities of the vibration of freedom, financial freedom, emotional freedom, security, in feeling in control even when out of control. This is building trust. This journey to freedom is going to build trust between us and universe, us and our own spirit team, because this journey of freedom is one that comes with risk, one that comes with courage, and one that comes with unknown. Now they are the blank spaces where trust, faith, and belief in yourself that you are always on the path of aligning and attracting what you most deserve on your highest timeline, because that's what you do deserve. You deserve to be free. You deserve to feel free. But circling back around to the start, like I was saying, it's so necessary to feel unfree. Okay, I have a channeling. I would like to, I don't know why I tapped that. I've got a channeling I would like to read for you guys. Okay, so Spirit kept playing in my mind this certain scene out of Sandman, the series, and it's this certain part where one of the characters says, dreams are echoes of desire and despair. And in a way, okay, this sounds kind of morbid, but it's so deep and it's so true, because dreams are echoes of desire and despair. Because why would we feel the need to dream if we were already in our dream? You know, feeling that despair, desire, that trappedness, that's what creates new dreams. That's what creates new. You know, even the places where we are in our dream already, like our soul is always changing. Emotionally, we're always growing. We're always forming, and what fulfills us is always changing as well. So naturally we get to a dream and we live its journey, and then at a certain point sometimes we do start to feel unfulfilled, and that's part of the journey. Sometimes we do start to feel trapped and cornered, you know, at points, and this is to inspire us to make new dreams. Because like we said at the start, dreaming and imagining is not just you being in the clouds. There is a whole astral realm within your mind. The whole quantum realm lies within your mind. Your brain signals, the plasma, everything's made up of light. And you, if you are watching this, you are gifted at being able to access higher perspectives, higher timelines, higher frequencies of dimensions and realities. That's what you're aligning with. So I'll read you this. Yeah. So without having hardship, we wouldn't think to dream. What makes us unfulfilled only enhances what would. It pushes towards imagining more. But imagining more too is jumping or flicking through different timelines of potential reality in the quantum realm / the mind. It's not nice being in situations and places that we don't like and that we feel uncomfortable or apathetic, or, you know, just not where we want to be. But knowing that we're not where we want to be means that we know there is more to be as well. So, but it too is so necessary. How could we taste the sweet without knowing bitter? And as the saying goes, bitter tends to come first. Yet we must never forget, we taste the bitter only so we can have the sweet. They are a coin that comes as one, but can only be experienced in separation, just like looking at the faces of a coin. The 3D emotions create the 4D vibrations through transformation and alchemization. This is what creates our beautiful journeys of beating hearts, not a flatline stories. We're stories with lows and stories with highs. Never forget, if you were in the bitter, the sweet is soon to come. I think what's important to remember is that these dreams, these visions, these ideas, these passions, these imaginary worlds filled with love, they are not just empty space. They are your soul recognizing more. They are your soul manifesting, alchemizing, and that is what you're shifting to, bit by bit, piece by piece. That is your soul recognizing on the radar what is aligning with you, just like when they say what you want wants you to. You are an energy frequency. You are a magnet for these frequencies of timelines. These timelines and you are both just energy. You're both just a frequency. You know, you're not a person and then there's a reality. You're both conscious frequency. So it's like you are attracting that and it is attracting you. And that's why you feel a pull to these places, these timelines, these lifestyles, these people, these visions of reality that make you feel free. That's why you feel a pull to them, because they are pulling towards you too, as you are pulled towards it. And like it says in the channeling about the coin, when we're experiencing the bitter, like some of us might be right now on a 3D level, but maybe internally we're getting inspiration, you know, even if we're not taking action on it, we are culminating inspiration on a mental level. There's so much going on in the mental realm, in the 5D and the 4D emotional bodies that we cannot see in the physical world right now. There's a lot pending, culminating and alchemizing. And like it says, the bitter and the sweet is like a coin, and you can't look at both sides of that coin at one time. In the 3D, we do experience in separation, but you have to remember that you're experiencing separation for one another. We are never in any part or area of your life, you are never just there to experience the negative. Okay, but we do move through linear time, so we do have to experience the negative and the positive separately. And like it says, bitter comes before the sweet. So any areas of your life right now that you are feeling bitter towards, they are the exact places that shifts and changes are coming so that you can start to taste the sweet again there. So this is really us being in a time right now of being pushed to dream, and we're pushed to dream through discomfort, through feeling unfulfilled, through, you know, not quite knowing how we're even feeling, or not quite knowing what would even make us happy or free. Maybe you don't even know, but that's why we have to dream. So I'm going to pull us one card, and then I'm going to end this reading here. Okay, we got two. Yes, so we got Pluto, transform. You are literally transforming. Your life is transforming out of the darkness, just like in the darkness, like the caterpillar in a cocoon, until it becomes the butterfly. But it has to dream, you know, it has that time in the cocoon. Even though it's dark, it can imagine the outside world. And just because it can't see it, how does it, you know, it knows it's still there. We can't see maybe being in that space, being in a different reality, but it doesn't mean that it's not there just because you can't see it. Just like when you're inside the cocoon, you have to keep faith and remember that it is. And house 3, early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. Yeah, so communication, childhood healing, this is something that's been a big role in this journey so far for freedom, because a lot of the things that make us feel unfree, because there's two types, isn't there? Because there's people and situations that can weigh on us and make us feel unfree, but ultimately our freedom lies within self, in how we're acting, how we're responding, and how we are taking charge of our own lives. And a lot of the time, you know, it is sadly linked into our childhood and things that we picked up then, like empathy, nurturing, people pleasing. You know, sometimes people pleasing, and I don't really like that word, but when you're an empath, let's say, you want to help people, but sometimes that can start to make us feel caged, because we have all of these responsibilities, all these people that we don't know how to say no to, that start to fill up our plate and make us feel overwhelmed. You know, these are all things, like, they're all tied to the past, they're all tied to us. Our freedom is tied to us, how we respond to and accept and can transform with change. You know, what was it like in our childhoods dealing with change? What was it like in our childhood dealing with trust? How free did we feel? Did we have a lot of control around us when we were a child? How free were we to explore our own freedom? Because we are free to explore our own freedom, but sometimes it does not feel that way, because, like we say, it's a really complicated journey, but this is what we're being pushed and encouraged to think about, sit on, and ask ourselves those hard questions. And you know, I feel like the healing that we do in our journey, it's never just all solely on us. You know, spirit will send people and certain situations to trigger certain aspects that show us what they're wanting us to reflect upon. It's not something we all have to dig out. We can do our own meditation and think and ponder about things that are linked to our healing journey, but they will be guided to us as well, and so will the right people and the right information. You are not in this healing journey alone, and as your life expands, you are in co-creation of that. Your spirit team, the universe, whatever you believe in, they want the best for you. Okay, and everything till this point has been leading you to this, because this year is going to be a big year. This is a timeless reading no matter when you watch this, but you have been being prepared for the last couple years or the last few months, right? You have been going through big transformations, or you're being prepared to go through big transformations. So this is where your life's really taking form, taking shape. You know, no matter what point you are in that journey, no matter how old you are, what age you're at, there's being radical type of change with Pluto here that is coming in for this. You know, maybe some of us, this is to do with learning something, taking up something new, or changing our communication, like our community, like just there's big expansive energy that I get from this as well, and higher perspective, higher learning, beauty as well, beauty through pain, like reclaiming and setting ourselves free, because freedom is also linked to our inner child. So yeah, very appropriate that house 3 is coming out with early learning in childhood. So yeah, freedom and our inner child. What sets our inner child free ultimately is us and our freedom too. So just exploring those parts. What's that for you? Maybe like traveling, seeing friends, laughing, being fun, silly, drawing, even if it's bad, you know, like just taking life less seriously. That's what's going to start happening, and we're going to have more opportunities to do so as well, and to do so through what I'm hearing is practicality too. There's going to be things happen this year where you're going to be able to explore freedom in your inner child, actually in a way of practicality, meaning it's somehow tied into your path, maybe work-wise or passion-wise or relationship-wise. Like it's going to have a deeper purpose, a deeper meaning that is really shaped for you and your soul. So yeah, I hope you got some clarity from these messages, and I will speak to you all soon, my beautiful earth angels.